Welcome back, everybody. Finally figured out how OBS works, so gonna be able to actually record this one properly without any mishaps. So in we go. Let's zoom out a little bit here to get our battlefield set. Last session, a ship exploded, and you saw our player Zen saw a fin off in the distance.
Real big fish.
Real big fish. Real big ass fish. Yes. So, that is what we are working off of here. You all are working with Deborah, a woman who stated she was a member of the Sigilgea not Thieves Guild, the Adventurers Guild over on oh god, it's so hard to pronounce. Sigilgea. Or Sigilgea, I'm not sure.
I say Shylvie.
Sigilgea, okay.
I think that.
And basically the mainland or one of the adjacent larger bodies of land that would be considered a continent. Anyways, so she's not from around here, but she is an adventurer and suggested that you guys go kill the sea monster that supposedly blew up the ship. That is where we are starting. Alright, everybody is ready? I'm going to copy and paste the initiative into chat just so everybody can see it.
And this is into the Roll20 chat, correct?
Which chat? Roll20
yep, Roll20. Everything's going to be on Roll20.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay,
Tim?
cool. So, and with that, Leon is not in there. Is he? Oh no, Leon 9. Yep, okay, we're good. Alright,
am I in there?
So, yeah, it's next to my name on the second message. Whew.
Oh, yeah. If you want,
Everybody has rolled initiative. Deborah has taken her turn. Zen.
You can get rid of the pictures if you still have those up.
Sorry?
Do they have pictures on top of it, of the words, of the names?
No. Do yours?
Was
yes, you can
21.
indicate that if you really want to.
Mine is done, dude. That's on your side.
I know. Never mind.
I'm done, dude. I just have the names.
I'm saying, I have that because I want to. I'm saying if you don't want them on, because I thought you had them on. That's what I meant.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Anyway, so back into it. Anyways, Leon. Wait, who do we not have? We don't have Shylvie, right?
Yeah.
As the boat rocks back and forth, Shylvie gets hit in the head with a flying barrel and is suddenly knocked unconscious.
Hammerman down.
And she falls down a set of stairs into the hull. Okay, so that's where Shylvie is. However, Leon appears to be Leon. We are going to say that this is your
icon.
Should we just use my character just by itself when even though I have my griffin on?
Yeah. Here,
So
I'll keep him up in the corner. While he is up in the corner, that'll indicate that you are riding him. Okay, so does the ruler work?
You mean this thing? Yeah.
Okay, the ruler does in fact work. Okay.
That.
Ship should be a little bit bigger. Okay, sorry. We're just doing some scaling. Whoop. Nope, that's stealing. I'm stealing the ship. Anyways. I can't change the size of the ship because the icons are in the way. That's awesome. How do I get rid of that?
The icons?
The icons for changing the size of things are in the way.
Can't you move them? Can you just move them all over to the side?
One sec. No, I think I know what happened.
Let me drive the boat.
Drop the boat.
Currently... whatever. Here. This is the boat. Whatever. We're just gonna go with it. Anyways. So, we need... Yeah, that seems about right. Zen, you are up. Deborah is looking over the side of the ship, and over the left side of the ship from this perspective, and she didn't see anything, but you guys definitely felt the bump. You guys definitely felt the bump.
Okay. So I shout to Tim, who is he's currently at the What was it? The ballista.
He's at the helm of the ship, which has a ballista.
Okay, so I ask, is there anyone higher up or anything like that, like that has a better vantage point?
Not currently, no.
Not currently. Okay, so I say, can anyone tell where that bump hit us on the boat?
Aren't I in the sky?
You can all tell that it came from the right side.
Okay.
As the ship tilted to the left.
Okay. Okay.
This is the ballista. This minigun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to. I'm gonna.
You all, as a side note, you all see Leon arriving. I'll say he's about like 50 feet away or whatever.
Okay, so can I shout to him? Do you have sights on the beast?
Leon, you are able to hear shouting from the ship. Side note: this is not the ship with the blue sails. We are just using it for convenience purposes.
Sounds good.
The blue scuttler has exploded. Leon, for your character's reference. No, the blue scuttler is gone, and this is, as a side note, this is the next day, Leon. Sorry, yeah. Zen, you were saying?
I asked him, does he have eyes on the beast?
Okay.
Do I?
It is not your turn yet, so we can't exactly say. You can see, ship from your perspective. How high up would you be? What's your face? Sorry, Leon. Leon, how high would you be up?
I mean, different name in game in the thing, but I think I would be around like at least like 50 feet.
50 feet.
I think
okay, we'll say that.
Like 50 feet above the mast, like the top mast.
Oh, okay, sure. So you're about like 70 feet up, 80 feet up. Yeah.
Good vantage points from where I am.
You're pretty far away, that said. However, you're close enough to hear Zen shouting out, "Do you see the thing?" Zen, do you want to do anything else?
I'm gonna have my bow out ready to, can I ready an action to fire if I see the beast rise out of the water?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Would you like to get to one edge of the ship? Because you're not at like water level. Your ship goes like up a little bit. It's like 10 feet above the water or whatever.
I don't want to get near any edges. That's just asking for problems.
Are you sure? No, I hear you, yeah. Okay, so you'll stay in the center of the boat, your eyes trained around you, sort of aware. Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Sounds good. Okay, so when you are able to see the creature, you will let loose an attack. Next up in the turn order is Shylvie, who you hear groaning from below deck because they hit their head. Next up is Siegfried.
He's still just pouting.
Okay, where is he pouting?
Anywhere's fine. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, we'll say he's pouting over here. Who's this?
Right.
Oh, that's the turtle. Yep, that's right. Okay.
Not the turtle up, huh?
Huh? Oh yeah, the turtle is on his back, tucked into his shell currently. But as per someone's advice, someone told him to, duck and cover. Siegfried, you're not entering a rage. You're not like doing any checks or anything. You're just sitting in the.
Just pouting.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Next up is Blippo, the turtle. He kind of stays where he is, as per your requests. Next up, let me grab my dice. Okay, what is... let's say... One sec, I need to look up something. Ship HP.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm going to be using that turtle as a goddamn boat.
So I recommend... Alright.
Give me one sec, I'm gonna take the first suggestion that I see.
I have one question. Are turtles closer to turtles or tortoises?
Tortoises, they can't swim very well.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Why is he on a boat?
He's
I can save
he's
him.
very good at cleaning.
I can save. I have a bird.
This is a
Anyways,
One Piece character.
what's the modifier for this?
You're not wrong.
I'd say that probably hits a ship. Okay, so you all feel a another bump into the ship from the other side this time, and the ship lurches to the right as it is struck from the left. Deborah, who is looking over that side of the ship, does notice a large shark's fin, and she shouts out, "Big ass shark!"
No.
And Leon, as it rises up to strike the ship, you are also able to see a fucking huge shark.
So a megalodon.
Not a megalodon, but pretty fucking
Come
big. This thing's like 40 feet, like between 30 and 40
Oh,
feet long.
God.
Yeah.
That's
What's
huge.
that thing from Art?
Huh? A megalodon, but the ones in Ark are also like small.
They are.
Yeah,
they're
they're
really small compared to the actual ones.
Anyways. Sorry, so I'm rolling damage. I don't want to say the dice out loud, but I'll let you hear them.
Oh, no.
That was not the dice. Don't worry. That
You're
was
like Tyler. You're
that
like
was me
Tyler.
empty.
You're like Tyler.
That was
You know
me
this,
emptying
right?
my dice bag. Don't worry.
Did the fin rise high enough for me to see it?
No, it did not.
Damn.
Like I said, the ship is about 10 feet up on the sides, and you are nowhere near
I gotta get a second bag of dice.
that. Okay, so I have this number of dice. Whoops, that one doesn't count because it fell on the floor. The ship, tilts back, and, wait, what's the math on that? What's that, calculator? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. This number plus this, wait, no, fuck. Not to the degree of. You don't want to take that much damage.
No, that would be horrible.
Oh, I'd say that's enough to give it a good crack. The ship makes a bit of a creaking noise as it regains its position in the water. And that's all that you all note for now. Anyways, where would that put it? I would say that now it is roughly visible to anybody who looks off the side. It would be over here now, as it,
Basically hit the boat.
yeah,
really
I would
hard.
say in here. Let me just reveal.
It just the boat, like
Yeah,
hard,
It's
wait,
yeah.
wait.
What are you trying?
There we
What
go.
are you trying to do? You silly
Stop
boy.
my hands together.
Okay, yeah.
Like that.
Shylvie's in the water.
Anyways, so yes. Yeah, what's the distance on this? Actually, you know what? I could probably get the grid lines back. One sec. Grid lines, yes. Perfection.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
So can I see it now? You
Huh?
said it was pretty visible now.
It is on the
Off
right
in the
side.
distance, over the edge of a
Who's
ship,
that
10
jello
feet
looking
out.
dude?
You might be able to see its fin from that distance. You know what? Sure, fuck it. I'll say make your attack.
I wanna. As I pull my longbow and fire, I say, "This is for my weapons." As I take my.
Yes,
They're
that
not even
is.
your friends. Like for my weapons.
That is right. I remember.
I got a 22 on my roll.
That's 15 feet. 20, 30, and then. Sorry. Say it one more time.
I got I got a 22 for my attack roll.
That hits. Roll damage.
Oh shit!
I am
Yeah,
keeping
I got
track of the damage on a separate app.
Aw, man. So I did 5 damage.
Okay. You see an arrow sink into the top of this sort of grayish, dark grayish, seemingly scarred back of this large ass fish creature.
Oh, it's gonna get a lot more scars when I'm done with it.
Oh, inevitably. Okay, so next up in turn order is... Or we were still on the midst of... That was, what? Siegfried's turn, Unknown Predator. Leon! Leon, it is your turn, my friend. You are 80 feet up and 50 feet away from the ship.
80 feet up and 50 feet away from the ship.
Yeah, one sec, I mean...
Yeah. How far can a crossbow shoot? Let me look this up.
Keeping in mind that your distance is also more because of your height.
Yeah, I know.
You can drop with no distance.
I can go downwards. I know. Let me just look at my crossbow. 30 to 120. So, okay.
So you'll have disadvantage after 30.
Yeah.
You can still attack.
So is there a way I can like? I want to basically. I want Astrios to like glide down like closer to the ship, and so I can shoot my hand crossbow. That's most likely.
Do you have the stats for the Griffin?
Yeah, I have them right here.
What's his current movement speed at level 1 for you?
30 fly or 40 fly.
40, yeah, that sounds right. Okay. I'd say 40.
It's 40.
And then we'll just say you can 40 and then... Well, here, let's just move you. First things first.
I'm the greatest.
Come on. Let's say 35, and I'll just let... What height do you want to be at now? I'll let you drop up to the same in feet. And I'm not good with triangles.
Yeah, you're fine. So I'm saying about 80. I'm saying about 40 feet above the ground, above sea level. And
yeah,
40.
fuck it. I'll move you 35 feet, and we'll say that you drop 40. That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit farther than, but whatever. But let's just you got extra speed from diving. Whatever. That'll be the lore explanation for my bad math.
Whatever. And then
yeah.
And basically, I want to try shooting the shark.
Okay, you have disadvantage, but go ahead and roll it.
My hand crossbow, correct?
Yep.
I missed horribly.
What was the roll?
Horribly.
Type it in chat. Yeah, type all your rolls in chat, by the way, guys.
Oh, okay. Should I write what I already did, or just leave it?
No, don't do past tense.
That's with disadvantage.
See, there's another boat.
The 9? Yeah, okay, so you do not hit it.
Right.
I'm just double checking that. Yes, you do not hit it.
Yeah, for bonus is there a bonus action where I can like reload it or no?
What?
Like with ammunition, you have to like reload them.
I do not know. What does the loading feature of crossbows mean? No, the loading feature of crossbows just means that you can't make more than one attack with it in one turn.
Yeah, no, but like, ammunition-wise, it's like, it's like that counts as the attack. Like you reload it and then fire.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Loading and firing is considered the whole attack for the crossbow, and it has the loading property, which means that say you have multi-attack, you can't shoot a crossbow twice.
Sounds good.
Unless you have a crossbow expert, but we're not worrying about that now. Anyways, so you miss. An arrow plunks off into the sea near the large gray entity. Next up is... Let me just get you out of here. Okay, sorry. Next up in turn order is... Leon. Tim. Tim...
Really complicated.
I'm gonna say... let's see. I'm gonna say that this... Why can't I rotate it?
Rotate the minigun. Yeah.
Rotate the minigun.
Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna say... We're gonna say... Can he reach that far? Because usually the ballista are on a thing that stops them. I'll just say that from this angle he is able to shoot. If it was directly adjacent to the ship, he would not be able to fire, but because it is out, he can fire on it. So I will let him fire with the ballista. That is a natural 1. He goes to load a bolt, or to loose the bolt, and he pulls the lever, and something jams, and he's like, I thought I double check. Give me a sec. And he is fixing, for his turn, he is fixing the ballista. Alright, next up.
Tim's Yelp review isn't going to be that high, I can see.
Yeah.
But like, bad service. Can't use a fucking minigun.
Okay, so, sorry. Next up in the turn order after Tim, we are back to the top with Deborah. Deborah is going to bolt over to this side of the boat. And she is also going to whip out a... she has a short bow on her. Well, first let's roll to hit. Ooh. Yeah, no, she misses. Oh wait, no, what would the plus be? Not enough to hit. Anyways. She misses. Fuck. Well, so much for that. Damn.
We already fucked up this time.
And the creature continues to swim. Okay, anyway, sorry. Next up is... Shylvie, but I think that she is...
She's
I
knocked out
apologize.
right now.
Zen, you are up.
Okay, so I'm gonna,
The creature looks like it is turning back for another, hit at the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna, take a shot, but before I do that, I'm going to yell at Tim, okay. Hey, load that thing with a harpoon or something so that we can hold on to it so it can't get away. It looks like this thing's ready to run at any moment. And then I'm going to take a shot with,
you say this as you see the fin make a U-turn towards the ship.
And I say, well, he's still got some fight in him. I haven't been proven wrong.
Alright, so, Zen, what are you doing?
Right now I'm making my attack.
Okay.
And, oh my... Nat 1.
You go to fire your crossbow.
No,
sorry, it's a longbow?
Yeah.
You go to fire your longbow, and you do. You are not sure where that arrow just went.
The light, the light.
The midday sun, the early midday sun. It was right in your eyes. Is that all for now?
I'm also gonna yell at Siegfried, hey, big man, if you want to be captain, you have to get the biggest kill.
A big man.
That seems reasonable.
No, you're not wrong.
Alright.
Alright, so, I apologize. Next up, in turn order, is Shylvie. Another groan from below deck. Siegfried! Siegfried, you were moping last turn. What are you doing this turn, my friend?
Right, he's gonna stand up.
He stands up.
He's gonna activate Rage.
He is raging! Now remember that
Okay.
if you don't attack something or get attacked, your rage is gonna end, I think, at the end of your next turn, right? That's how rage works?
I think so.
I think so,
Yeah.
too.
Right. I'm gonna go up to the edge of the boat.
You are at the edge of the boat.
I'm gonna try to intimidate the shark.
That's not an attack.
I am the captain.
I'm the captain now.
I'm gonna just let him do it. That's okay.
An intimidation doesn't count as an attack.
It definitely doesn't, but...
It counts as an action.
God.
Does that count as an action?
Well, yes, actually. If you would like to roll...
Right.
Making a skill check is typically an action, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll intimidation. Go ahead.
Wait, if you're in Barbarian Rage, can't you like not speak?
Oh. So that's 24. I got a 24.
He doesn't need to be able to speak to intimidate. 24. I'm gonna go ahead and say the speed at which the creature is heading towards the ship slows ever so slightly.
Oh, he shook.
Perhaps, yes.
He shook.
As it doesn't so much see you as it hears you, and the vibrations of your voice carry through the waves very easily. As you shout and rant and rave at this creature. And because you're raging, I'm gonna say it actually does have an effect, as opposed to me saying it's a shark.
It's a shark.
Although you do not know if it is just a shark yet. Besides being, like, a huge-ass fucking shark. Like, big fucking shark. Anyways. Sorry. So, moving on. Siegfried, that is your turn. Blippo. It's gonna stick his head out of his shell and say, like, Is it over yet?
Arm yourself, you stupid turtle!
I'm not. Oh, my feelings are hurt now. But okay. And he undoes from his shell and he goes back into the he goes down below deck for 1 sec. Oh, excuse me.
just kicks her out of the way.
Boop-a-doop. And he hops back up top. And he has a oh, fuck. Excuse me. And he has a crossbow on him.
Is he Eeyore?
Yep. Sorry?
Is he Eeyore?
Kind of-ish? Not really.
Donkey.
Anyways.
Super strong.
Next up. That was Blippo. It is time for the shark's turn. The shark... Oh, and by the way, I'll just say you all, would you prefer to have weighed anchor, or would you prefer to be, going? I didn't establish this early on, so I should say it now.
I feel like having anchor down would probably be worse.
Yeah.
But what, yeah. Sure, so we'll just say you guys are constantly traveling in this direction. Do you see it?
It also gives us an advantage to, like, maybe not get hit by the shark. It has a possibility of not getting hit by the shark. So
you're not traveling fast enough for that to be a thing. I'm sorry. The shark is faster than the ship.
Why can't I just have a dream, Dad?
No, it's okay. It's all right. Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and I believe I was talking about the shark. It is intimidated currently, so it is going to swim alongside the boat. Let's say 30 feet of its movement there, and then 5. And then it begins to swim sort of alongside the ship at that same distance for, like, a little bit. It might... You're not sure what it is. And again, you can only see, like, the top half and the fin. You can't even see its eyes yet.
Hey, wait, did Tim go this turn? Oh,
Did Tim go? Tim is... Leon is next. It is Leon's turn.
It's not his turn yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I saw
Yep, it's all good. Leon, you're up. Leon.
Jesus.
What happened? Where'd he go?
He's dead.
I'm right here. Don't worry.
Alright, it's your turn, my friend.
I dive down more. Like...
Sure. I could say you could get on the deck of the ship if you want.
I prefer not to because, like, say if the deck gets hit, I have a better chance of being above the deck.
Okay, I will say, now that we've said that the ship is moving, that you will have to expend your movement if you do not land on the ship to keep up with the ship.
How fast is the ship?
How far is it moving?
I'm not...
Because each turn is like 4 seconds, so it's not that fast.
6
so
seconds.
I still have a lot more movement speed than...
We'll say it moves 10 feet per round. Currently. It's low wind right now, or whatever.
That's fine.
The mechanics don't matter a ton with that, and I'm not going to be a dick about it, so don't worry about it. That's all I'm saying.
I'll move, like, 25...
So let's say you can only move up to, like, 30 feet this way if you're flying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's do it like this. I need geometry for this shit. We need algebra.
Not really. No, again, I'm being very lenient with this. You don't need to worry about it. So you're flying. Where do you want to be above the ship? You're how high above the ship are you right now?
I think it was like 40 above the ship.
40 feet above the ship. Sure. Okay.
Let's go like 10. Let's go 10 feet lower and like 20 feet forward.
Sorry, ping the spot you want to go to.
So, is each square 5 feet or 10 feet?
5 feet.
This is like okay, yeah. Let's go here.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Oh wait, no, I have to actually grab your token. So like here-ish? Or like
yeah,
here-ish?
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
So he's
I
above me?
use my
And he's about, you said you went 20 feet down, right?
yeah.
So let's say that you are now 20 feet off the deck of the ship.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I fire. At
You guys
the-
see the Griffin swoop in with Leon riding it.
I fire.
Here, one sec. Are you within 30 now?
Shit. Okay. So
I'd say if you wanna,
I'm not. Don't worry. It's fine.
do you want to move a little bit closer to the shark? I'll let you
No.
move 15 feet closer if you want. Because otherwise
Nah,
it's
it's fine.
disadvantage.
I don't give a shit. Just keep it disadvantage.
Sure,
Either
sure.
way.
Okay, go ahead.
Either way, my first roll was a 6. So either.
Well, what's the total though?
It's 11.
Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't hit. Your shot seems to graze the skin of the creature, but it did not penetrate at all.
Oh my.
I have 18 shots left of my crossbow bolts.
Of course. Side note for everybody, I'm really not gonna have you keep track of that, but if you would like to, we can do so.
Minecraft Infinity arrows. Minecraft Infinity bow. Fuck yeah.
I hate keeping track of such a thing. I will just say that whenever you guys, you guys are in a city right now, like you're outside the port of a city. When you're in a town, I'm not gonna really make you keep track of it. Like if you're on a big adventure out in the wilderness, then I'd make you keep track of it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep track of it for myself. You don't
Okay,
have to.
sure. Then, you know what? If that makes you more comfortable and it's more like you get in the character, that's totally fine. I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
And it'd be more suspenseful. Like say like you have like 2 crossbow, say you have, like 2 arrows left. And
It's
the
more
guy's almost
suspenseful,
dead.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like more suspenseful. Yeah.
Okay, so, anyways, you fired your bolts. I believe that's it for your turn, right? Or...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Next up is Tim. The shark, due to Siegfried's intimidation, is still within range. Oh, nope, I'm shrinking it. Upgrade. Is still within range of the thing. So, kirk.
Did he line it with the harpoon one this time?
Do you guys have a harpoon? Unfortunately, he does not have a harpoon line, but he was able to wrap some rope around one of the bolts, and he's gonna see how that works. I will give the shark advantage to escape this if it does hit, just because of the ramshackle nature and not having the proper equipment. It does hit, and it is a big-ass bolt, and it deals some pretty good damage.
Good job, Tim. You're the
Alright, fire it off!
4 out of 5 stars, Tim.
Alright, I'm working my way up, hell yeah! 12 plus 1, 13. Deals 13 points of piercing damage, and there is currently a rope. The rope is attached to a mast. Let's just say that.
A mass.
Yeah, sure, why not? And Tim is like, that's about 50 feet of rope. Or probably, it's a ship, let's say more. How far? Yeah, fuck it. Let's say, that's 50 feet of rope right there. If he gets a little bit farther out, we're gonna start getting pulled. Okay. And I will say that it sticks. The shark can spend its action to attempt to escape, or it can just, move. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and say that's Tim's turn. Back at the top of the initiative order, Deborah. Deborah is going to go ahead and climb up a mast a little bit and sort of look off at the shark that's following them, and she's gonna say, you know, if we have a rope out, anybody feel like going for a quick swim? And she looks around at everybody for approval. You are all able to respond either with a single word answer or just in the positive or negative with a head shake or head nod.
Actually, no.
Okay, Zen does not want to go for a dip. Siegfried?
Siegfried's gonna respond with, I'm the captain.
Okay, he does so. And Deborah just kind of shrugs. And then...
I'm perturbed, but he's talking now.
Did he just talk, I must ask?
Yes, he did.
Okay, cool. That's funny. Both him and Deborah just gave up with the not talking thing. And then Leon, what did you answer in the positive or negative?
Most like a negative, saying I can't swim.
Send the turtle.
Holy shit, that's...
Why do you have a griffin, dude?
There you go, sure, fucking, alright.
Do it. I don't want to die.
Why don't you swim when I can
Definitely write that down, though, as a flaw, if you don't mind.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, cool.
I haven't written anything down.
Excellent. I will keep that in mind. Sorry. So, anyways,
I'm like Luffy, dude.
Deborah is going to go ahead and clench the mast with her thighs and just go ahead and fire off another arrow, all artsy like. It does hit. What did I say she had? A longbow?
You said she had a short bow.
I said she had a short bow. Short bows are a D6, I believe.
Yes, they are.
That is a D10, so let's not use that.
She's really good at it.
Still, that's an D8. Dummy. Okay, so that's 2 plus... fuck it, let's say 4. Deals 6 piercing damage as another arrow sinks into the back. The back of this creature would look like a pincushion if it was not such a massive surface area that you guys were trying to deal with.
Okay.
I apologize for the delay. How much did I say she did? 6?
Yes.
Okay, yep. So yeah, that's a thing. Okay. She has fired off her shot, and she is saying, looks like we just gotta wear it down, guys. Keep the arrows flying. And as she says that, you all notice as the shark is... here, we'll wait for its turn to do that as it moves. Because it is still... You pretty much just see the fin and the top part of the back right now. Anyways, next up is Zen.
Human legs at the bottom.
Could you imagine?
Okay. So is it my turn now?
Yep, Zen, you are up.
Alright, well... we already got one line on it. How long would it take, like, would I be able to do as a bonus action, like, try to do a similar thing that Tim did, or is that too much time? Like, would that have to take an action?
I would say it was even a stretch for me to let him do it.
Okay.
I would say that if you would like to ready another bolt, I'd say that you have to... I would allow you to tie it off to something and start tying it to a ballista bolt that Tim could then fire without any issue.
Would I be able to fire it on my next turn?
Sure.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll spend my action gathering up, using more rope to attach to more ballista lines.
The only thing is, Tim would then just be standing there awkwardly.
Oh, well, no, I was thinking more like I fire, then he fires. Like,
it doesn't work like that.
Damn.
That's not how
Sorry.
it works.
Damn.
You can't fire off the ballista more than once per round.
Okay. Would I be able...
it has the loading properly, let's say.
Would I be able to do a similar thing with arrows then?
What do you mean?
Like with arrows, would I be able to attach like rope to it and fire it and sink it into the
yes, but it would have to be a pretty damn good shot for that to stick, and also you currently have either you pretty much just have wood and steel tipped arrows.
Alright, forget it. Then I'll just make a normal attack.
Yep, no problem. I appreciate the ingenuity though, and like I said, it would be difficult but not impossible. Nothing's impossible except things that are impossible.
Alright, so I got a 13 to hit.
That right on the fence. One sec. I have to double check. 13 matches. That hits? It hits, yes.
Awesome. I like it when things hit. And oh my, come on again. It's 5 damage. Oh, let me put it.
So the total was 5 damage?
Yeah. I rolled a 1 on both times I've hit.
Okay. Y'all have done a total of 32 damage to this creature currently. So yeah, you fired off and you did another hit. Shylvie's turn. Shylvie is currently indisposed, unconscious below deck. Siegfried, it is your turn, Siegfried.
Alright, so I have...
I don't remember how rage works. One sec. Sorry, you were saying?
I have javelins, so...
Yeah, that's a thing.
Does it take an action to tie the rope around the javelins?
If
it does, I'll
would it be your object interaction for the turn? I'm trying to... fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't know the actual mechanical answer.
Alright.
Because the ballista is huge, like, I'd say that would take an action, but if you just have rope on you, I'd say... depends on how good you want it to be fastened? Because throwing the thing is an action.
Alright. I'll just throw it, I guess.
Sure. You know what? Just for the sake of fun, and by the way, now that I know that this is a thing, I will look this up later. For now, I will say yes if you would like to expend... you know what? You're raging too, so maybe not. I'd say, given your current raging state, you should probably just throw it.
That makes sense.
If that is acceptable to you, what do you think?
Yeah, it's fine.
If your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. Now, I would argue that your intimidation check, I'd say because it succeeded, I'll give you leeway, but if you don't... Yeah, exactly. You have to attack this turn.
I am.
So, okay, cool. I gave you a little freebie there.
Alright, I'm gonna throw the javelin.
Yes, go ahead, do so.
And I rolled a 16 to hit.
Yes. Yes. 16 does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage, my friend.
So it's 1d6 plus 4. So I hit for 9.
You hit for 9 points of damage. Alright. Up to 41 total dealt. Very cool. Alright. You guys go ahead and shoot off your javelin, and it does in fact stick into its back once again. It's a pretty nice ornament for the back of that shark. Alrighty. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. What was the throwing distance on it?
Where is it? It says 30 feet / 100.
So you're good. 100% good.
Alright.
Totally fine. Anyways,
I'll be right back, guys. If my turn comes up, I'm just gonna fire another thing with my bow. I got a +6 to hit.
+6 to hit. Okay, noted. Thank you.
+4 for damage.
Alright.
Okay, sorry. I'm just putting that in chat so I don't forget it. Anyways, so, next up in the turn order is... Siegfried just let loose a javelin into this sea creature. Next up, Blippo is going to fire off his crossbow. That's a hit. He is going to deal... How much... I believe crossbows do a D8, right? Light crossbow? Or is it a D10? Who's using a crossbow? Leon, you're using a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
How much does it deal?
I have 3. It depends on which type.
Light crossbow.
Light crossbow. That's like the weakest one.
I believe it's a D8.
It is a D8. Thank you.
Wait, let me double check.
It is a D8.
Light crossbow is a D8. Yeah.
All right. That is 6 minus 1. So that is 5 damage to the shark. Another bolt from Blippo as he leans over the edge and fires. Or I guess he would have to come forward to be able to get a decent shot off. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Blippo is like, hey, I got it. Nice. Haven't fired one of these things in quite a while. I'm glad it worked out. As he kind of looks around and is smiling, and he's all happy and proud of himself.
Siegfried's gonna say, shut up, Blippo.
Aww. Why you gotta hate on Blippo? He's just having a good time. Okay, so, anyways, next up is Unknown Predator. So, you all see it turn once again towards the ship. And it begins, as it travels towards the ship, you see it lurch upwards. And anybody who's able to see the creature currently, which I believe is everyone, as all of your eyes are fixated on it as you're firing off at it, notice that its eyes are glowing a deep, deep yellow. Sort of the sickly deep yellow as it raises out from the sea. And its mouth actually has a little bit of a sort of like an inbuilt like iron plating or something. It's a little bit strange. And that definitely hits the ship.
Guys.
As it appears to be full attack speed ramming the ship. These are what I roll. Shit. Excuse me. That was not the right die. Okay, so 2... 16 plus... Alright, y'all notice that it hits the ship, and the ship begins lurching the direction away from it. And the ship then begins to slowly tilt towards the direction that it just got hit from. A crack appears to have formed somewhere in the ship on this side. The ship is beginning to tilt forward and to the... the ship appears to be tilting in this general direction. Tilting forward and to the left. And I will just make a note here for reference for when people go to check out the damage. So yeah. So your ship currently appears to be damaged, and Deborah, who was on the mast, sort of shakes and shivers, and it's just like, that didn't feel good. And Blippo, who's holding onto the railing, mentions, yeah, that one felt like it might have broken something. Anyways, next up is Tim. Tim cannot get a shot off on the creature as it is directly adjacent to the ship. And is currently down in the water. Can I argue that, or would it be reasonable to say that he would be able to shoot it?
You did say earlier if it was adjacent, then
If
he
it
can
was
shoot,
directly
so-
adjacent, he really can't, just because of the way it is. No, I'd say it has to be at least 5 feet away from the ship for the ballista to fire on it. Which, arguably, this creature is wide enough that that would be the case. The ballista's on a slightly raised platform. You know what? Fuck it. I'd say, yeah, the shark is, like, huge, so I'm not even gonna... I'm gonna say that if it was a regular-sized shark, I wouldn't be rolling this, but because it is a huge-ass shark, I'm gonna let him fire. Oh, that is a natural 20. And Zen, did you say that you did anything with his ballista, or was it just normal-ass ballista?
This was the normal one.
Normal-ass ballista. Okay, and that was great rolls. Yeah. 10 plus 7 plus 6 is 13... No, 23. Right?
Hey guys.
What's up?
One sec.
I am here now. I am sorry to have made you wait.
Oh, hey! Shylvie has arrived.
Yeah. Scholarship essay conversation with Dad. We started late, and it took longer than expected.
What
It
was
was
the
very
question?
nice.
You roll extra dice for the attack's damage against the target. Roll all of the attack's damage dice twice and add them together. Okay, so
Okay.
23 plus 19. What's 23 plus 19, guys?
42.
42 big ones. As this ballista bolt, as you all have sort of been pelting into this thing, its swimming has become a little bit erratic, and Tim is trying to get the ballista at the right angle, and eventually he just shoves with his might to get it up and lets loose the bolt, and it actually hits the creature directly, like right along here, right in the back of its kind of skull region. And it deals a great amount of damage. You see a bit of red and blue liquid coming out of the back of the shark as this ballista bolt actually appears to have gone through it, and has dealt massive critical damage to it.
What are those red squares?
Those are damage to the ship.
Lyra, what the hell are you doing?
That is 83.
Oh, it's that bag.
Okay. Alright, so you all see this, glowing yellow eye, iron-jawed, huge shark, reel in the water and whip around and, lash out in pain. Next up in the turn order is Deborah, who is going to go ahead and lean over the edge of the ship and just fire off at it again.
Did I hit my last turn?
Sorry?
You didn't attack yet.
Oh, okay. I guess I was through pretty quick then.
I believe that does hit.
Nice to see you back, Shylvie.
What's her...
I think you said her modifier was +4.
Yeah, it's +4 to hit, but then her proficiency is... You know what? 2 or higher, so it does in fact hit. It was right on the cusp, I was just... Yeah. Anyways. Okay, she hits with her bow, and the bow does...
How did
7
Tim
points of... Sorry?
Oh, sorry. I just want to know how Tim did 42 damage.
She's using the ballista,
He
which
rolled
is
a
firing
20.
ballista bolts. And he got a critical hit.
How much do ballista bolts do?
3d10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because 1d10 ain't enough, and 2 is too low. 3d10. Ow! And that's a critical hit to show. Anyways. It's almost like mounted weaponry is really, really good against large creatures and/or sieging. Anyways, how much damage did I just say she did? 7? So 7. So that's that much. Okay. This creature is bleeding profusely in the water. Although it's not slowing down. Its eyes are remaining open, and you see them now glowing just below the surface of the water when the sun is not glinting off of the sea. The eyes appear to be flickering ever so slightly, though, after the amount of damage that you all have dealt to it. Okay. I'm gonna say... Let me go ahead and roll for this. Yep, alright. I believe, who is in the turn order?
It's my turn now.
It is Zen's turn. Zen, you are up. Everybody's leaning over the ship and pelting into this thing.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just like...
So it's like 10 feet away from the boat at this point?
It's pretty much adjacent to the boat. It's so large that you get the feeling one of its fins is probably beneath the ship.
I'm considering jumping off on... Nah, that's gonna be a swallow hole. Nah. I'm gonna take the reasonable route and fire another bolt at it. I'm not gonna jump onto it.
Alright, go ahead, fire another bolt. Whoop.
That's a 16.
That hits. Roll damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm not rolling this die. Okay, another 1. Alright, sweet.
Total damage?
5.
5, alright. And with that point of damage, how do you fire upon it? Any particular way, any flair you're putting into it?
I mean, I'm trying to take this thing out as cleanly as possible, so like if I could get it like dead in the between the eyes, that's
Sure. As you kind of lean over and sort of like almost stand on the edge of the ship to get the proper angle that you need to fire at, you shoot down and fire to the spot right between its eyes, and the bolt sinks in. And as the ship is going, the creature sort of slows down a bit, as it appears to be going slightly limp in the water, very, very gently and erratically, like brah, 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 sort of like twitching back and forth as it swims in a rather lethargic way.
Can I make a perception check to see if it's dead?
I would say roll insight.
Insight? Let me see if I know.
Or actually, you know what? Yeah, you can roll No, roll insight. Insight is to determine the true nature of behavior.
The same for me either way.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay. It appears to have been severely damaged by that shit. This seems like a relatively normal action that a creature might take, besides either running away or, I mean, it's reacting to the damage, so that seems right.
I shot in the brain and it's going dumb, guys.
Next up in the turn order is Shylvie, right?
Yeah.
So Shylvie, you're fighting a giant shark. You come out from below deck with a bump on your head from where the debris had hit you. Oh, hey guys, whoa, we're fighting a shark. All right, cool. And you lean over the edge of the ship and you see, oh shit, there's a shark.
I feel like my turn has passed before.
Sorry?
I feel like we skipped my turn or something. I'm not sure.
Yes, we did. I went right from the Predator to Tim, didn't I?
Yeah.
Leon, you can interrupt right here. Sorry about that. Shylvie, as you're coming out of the deck, you see Leon do a thing.
I just moved to like right here,
just ping the spot.
Right here above the sky, like above the sky. So
okay,
like,
so you're right here in the sky.
Yeah, and I just fired down at it.
You do so. Roll.
With a...
I shot a fishing line.
Yes, finally have a good roll for once.
What'd you get?
And it's not disadvantage either. It's total 19.
Total 19. That hits. Roll damage, my friend.
Finally, I get a roll hit.
Firing down into that shark. Side note, this thing looks like a goddamn pin cushion at this point. I was saying it didn't really look like that before. At this point, you guys have fired off, like, I think, like, 16 shots into it or something.
Make it
12?
17. Make it 17. 7 damage.
7 damage to the creature. Let me write that down. Alright, 7. I'm trying to think. 1. Okay, and I'm gonna roll a d20. Okay. And the creature slows down even more. It is not keeping up with the ship anymore.
I think it's dead.
You still see it twitching and propelling itself slowly. Although the yellow eyes that you see glowing in its eyes and above the metallic jaw do seem to be flickering and sputtering. Yeah.
I think we need to stop the boat or pull it.
Okay, so next up in the turn order is Leon. You did your thing. Shylvie, you're gonna hop in here.
All right.
There is a heavily damaged, huge fucking shark next to the ship.
Who looks the most hurt?
No one.
Nobody has been injured. However, the ship is tilting precariously forward.
All right. Very well then.
Blippo says, we might be taking on water, folks. We may need to deal with that sooner rather than later.
All right. Okay. I am going to Bardic Inspiration, the guy manning the ballista.
Okay, fantastic.
And
Wait. Before you do
that.
that, the ballista is at the front of the ship and cannot fire directly backwards. It is currently out of his range.
All right.
So I wanted to let you know that before you,
Okay.
Yeah, the swivel only goes about, like, if I was to describe it, like, not 360, so probably, like, 200 degrees.
All right.
Like 240.
Yeah, who has a bow out right now?
Everyone.
Okay.
Except, Siegfried, who is readying another javelin, I believe.
Yep. All right. Shoot. I missed a lot of stuff and have really gotten confused.
That's okay.
Mixed up again.
That makes sense for your character, as you got hit on the head when the shark bumped into the ship and are just now rejoining it.
All right. I just randomly pick. The person with the anime profile and Bardic Inspiration them.
That's Leon.
And head below decks to find where the hole is.
Okay, excellent. So you Bardic Inspiration and then burp, 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 burp. Here, I'm going to flip your icon upside down to indicate that you're below the ship. How's that sound?
All right.
So let's say 5, 10, here's the thing. 15, 20, 25. Uh-oh. Okay, let's just put you there for ease of use. You can see further down into the hull. You do not step down the last step into the sort of storage area, cargo area, as there is about an inch of water, inch and a half of water. Oh no, it'd be more than that. Sorry, there's about like 4 inches of water in the bottom of the cargo hold.
Okay.
You notice this room smells.
Step into that water without question.
Sorry?
And second of all, she looks for where like the biggest leak is.
Say what you just said again, please.
She absolutely would step into the water.
Excellent. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
All right. Let's see.
I believe you would have disadvantage on this, would you not?
No, it's just.
It is a poison.
I have 2 less than
okay, my bad. It's just a modifier. Okay. From your race, right?
Roll. It's I still have a plus. Yeah. Roll.
Sorry.
Yep. All right. Let's see. That is going to be 5.
Uh-oh. Fortunately, you are not inhaling it. Okay, let me get my dice.
Shylvie passes out again.
Well, it would be very bad at that point. Where are my items? Where are my items? There it is. Okay. Oh no, it is a contact poison I wrote. Okay. How much did you say? You said it was not... It was 5?
Yep.
Uh-oh. You know what? I'll just use the app to roll this. How much health do you have? What's your total hit points?
Hit point max is 10.
That's good.
It's pretty high.
You take 18 points of poison damage and are poisoned for 24 hours.
Did you say
How much?
18. 1-8. As you feel...
Yeah, no,
as
she's
you
just down.
As you step into the water, immediately you feel your soul fill with a static. Your mind goes numb. You smell every smell that you've ever smelt in your life all at the same time. You feel like you are being torn in a million directions and feel every molecule of your being torn apart. At least that's what it feels like. As I will roll a d20 now and determine which way you fall. Evens, you fall forwards. Odds, you fall backwards. Is that appropriate, do you believe?
Yep.
Alright, I will roll it. Odd, what did I say that was? Backwards. So you fall out of the rising poisonous water.
Does she scream or anything? Or...
I would argue that very much, yes. You guys hear, even if perhaps, I would think, given the nature of the effect, screaming is one of the symptoms. Yeah, so anyways. You hear a shriek, an absolute wail, that also sounds like, you know the kind of screaming through a metal tube distortion effect? Imagine that as Shylvie screams from below deck. Alright, you all just heard that. Shylvie, you are unconscious and poisoned.
Yep. I'll check what poison does real quick.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep.
Does that...
Thankfully, death saves aren't an ability check.
Correct, they are not. Yep. But yeah. So anyways. Sorry, who is next?
That'd be me.
Yes. Siegfried, you heard an absolutely horrifying, distorted shriek from below deck. The shark is slowing down and bleeding in the water, but appears to still be alive.
So how far is the shark from the boat?
It is adjacent to the boat. It appears one of its fins is probably beneath the boat as it swims.
Right. So, me jumping onto the shark, would that be considered an action?
Yes. Well, no, that's your movement. If you wanted to...
yeah.
Here, one sec. Yeah, you could totally do that. 100%.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump onto the shark.
You do so. Go ahead and roll a... I want to say acrobatics check for me. To land
Acrobatics.
precisely.
Alright. Alright, rolled an 18.
A 19, you said?
18.
18, okay. Really? Ugh, really? Okay, one sec.
The shark does not agree.
I'm now standing on water.
One sec. Can I... To back. There we go. Okay, sorry. Alright, cool. You are now on the shark. And what was your, thing? What'd you just roll?
18.
18? So you're fine. You don't touch the water.
Right.
As you, are on the back of the shark, you have advantage on attacks, my dude, against this creature that you are currently on. So go ahead and, roll. Unless,
I'm gonna attack with...
yeah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attack with my great axe.
You certainly are. All right, go for it, my friend.
On the head.
As a side note, he is about, we'll say here. We'll just put him here because this is more accurate to what it would be.
Okay.
Alright, you said I had advantage, right?
Yes, I'm granting you advantage due to the current condition of the creature and something that it rolled earlier that I will not talk about.
Right, I rolled a nat 20.
Jeez. Nuts.
Okay, so roll 2d12 and add your strength modifier.
And his rage modifier.
And the rage bonus.
Alright.
So I'll put the math in chat.
Alright, so 15 plus...
What's your strength mod?
Plus 4, so
21.
So I think I do 21 damage?
Yep, 21 points of damage as you cleave down into it. You actually lop the fin off.
No, we need that for money.
Now I'm gonna say, come on, Brucey. Humans aren't food, they're friends.
The creature lets out a strange gurgling sound as you are on top of it. As if it is in very severe pain. Understandably, though. Or I apologize. Do you lop its fin off, or are you maintaining that for industrial purposes?
I mean, I guess we could lop the fin off. It's fine.
I apologize. How do you attack it? I should not have assumed.
That sounds fine. I'll just lop its fin off.
You do so with great glee. It seems to be less able to keep itself afloat. Things are going very poorly for this creature, as it begins to sink a little bit into the water. You currently have about I'd say, 4-foot wide segment of shark you're currently on, that is slowly being reduced.
Alright.
Alright. Next up is...
Blippo.
I apologize. Blippo, yes, thank you very much. Blippo, hearing the scream, is gonna run downstairs. Oh no! 5-ish, 10-ish, 15-ish, 20-ish. And he sees the unconscious, Shylvie, Side note, does being unconscious have any effect, Shylvie?
That's not actually written out. I'm going to say that yes, it does stop the shapeshift.
Okay. Currently, Shylvie appears to Blippo as something other than what they originally appeared as to all of you.
She keeps licking the floor.
She doesn't... That is talking about his dog. Anyways. Blippo is going to... Yeah, I'm gonna say, understand the situation almost perfectly based on what he rolled, and drag her out, or drag it out, about 5 feet, and slap you up on a crate, so that you are above the water, and he is going to attempt to make a medicine check to stabilize you.
Both 1 kills.
What would his mod be to this? Probably +2. It's still not enough. As he begins to attempt to address your wound, your foot appears to be very visually staticky, which is a very weird thing for reality to be. And Blippo is confused by this and doesn't know what to do with it, but he is attempting his best to triage, or to apply aid where possible. It hasn't granted you any benefits quite yet because he got under a 10.
Yep.
Okay, so next up in the turn order is Unknown
shark.
Predator. The shark... I'm sorry to say, Siegfried, but it descends.
Oh
Still
no.
attached to the rope.
It is still attached to the rope, though. And I will say, due to its current condition, it has disadvantage, but because of the condition of the rope, it would have advantage. So I'm going to just say it makes a straight check to attempt to descend about here-ish, and I will say you are with it and are brought along with it. Actually, I will give you one opportunity, as you are right here. Siegfried, you can roll a dexterity saving throw for me to jump onto the ship if you would like, as you see the shark about to descend. I will give you that opportunity out of just understanding the situation.
Alright,
You are
gotta-
raging, though.
yeah.
It is your decision. The shark will end up here, and about 15 feet underwater.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the boat.
Okay, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Dexterity.
I'm gonna say...
I got a 12.
You know what? I'll give you... it's not a strength check, so yeah, you got a 12. Your fingers are on the edge of the boat. You're currently hanging off the side of the boat. Okay?
Alright.
You are not safely ashore quite yet, and you will need to make a secondary check to maintain that grip.
Okay.
But I'm sure you'll be fine. Anyways, the shark begins to descend, and you all feel the ship tug ever so slightly to the side as it begins to descend. Its movement speed is very fast, but has been reduced due to current circumstances. I will say it gets, like, here-ish, and it is 15 feet underwater. One sec, I just want to double-check my math on that. Yep, that is actually exactly where I want it to be. Okay.
Sure.
Everything okay?
What's up?
Anyways. So, I believe that was the unknown predator's turn. It is attempting to flee. Leon, you are up. The creature is below the waves. It is becoming difficult to see, but you still do see the trail of blood, blue and red, and the, you notice the blood in the water appears to be sort of staticky. Like, it's almost, like, dissipating and evaporating, but, like, sideways instead of up. It's weird. It doesn't look right.
We need to pull this thing back.
Hello?
One sec, I want to know what that was.
That
We
was
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so Shylvie just left, so that's
Shylvie.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
so
what
Leon,
happened
it's your
was
turn.
What happened?
It's your turn.
Nothing.
I'm saying when I was gone, what happened? Like, or
Were you gone? Wait, did you leave?
Yeah, I said I'd be back, and then I just got back.
Oh, I did not hear that at all. When did you leave?
So,
like about 5 minutes ago.
Siegfried jumped onto the shark, got hit it real hard in the head, and then now it's running away trying to dip underwater. It's attached by a rope, but it's about 15 feet underwater, about 20 feet away from the boat.
Yeah.
But it's attached by this rope.
Yeah, and you can still see the trail of blood to where it is.
So I get pretty
Yeah.
close to it, about right there.
You would have to probably get off of the boat, probably to like about...
I'm not.
You would have to get about
I've never
here
been
to
on the
fire at it. And it would be at
I've never been
disadvantage
on the
because it
boat.
would be underwater, at an underwater target.
True, and I'm not on the boat. Remember, I'm on my.
I know, you're flying just above it.
Yeah, I go about right here, or right here.
Okay. I'll move you.
So like,
Right here?
I'm trying to follow. I'm trying to follow it.
Yep.
The tile diagonal one more. Right there, yeah. So I'm trying to follow it. And
Perfect. You are able to follow the trail of blood for now. As I said, you see the blood as it floats through the water be all staticky and seems to be, like, evaporating sideways is the best way I could explain it.
So
It does not look normal.
Mechanical.
Sorry?
I'm guessing it's more. I'm guessing it's like mechanical.
That you can
In a
guess
way.
whatever you would like, my friend. It did appear to have metal affixed to its jaws, and its eyes are a flickering yellow hue that you can actually still see from that deep in the water.
Okay. So, I I'm not sure if Leon would do this or not, but I'm already thinking, would he be like, fuck it, and just jump into the water, try to get to it? But I know he can't swim, and like, this is his one lead for this, and like this is what I'm thinking in my mind right now. You know what? Fuck it, just shoot it. I'm not gonna try to.
Okay.
Don't suicide, my friend.
As a side note, I don't know if you heard this, but are you aware of the situation that I described below deck with the scream?
You technically wouldn't really know.
No, I am not.
Okay, because you were all able to hear a scream from below deck earlier.
Oh fuck! Never mind that. I'm jumping off my griffin to go find that scream.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize you didn't hear that part. So yes. So. It's just on the deck of the ship. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'd say you're able to get up adjacent to, and I flip you upside down to show you're below deck. You see Blippo currently applying medical attention, like attempting to like wrap and like tourniquet like the leg that Shylvie had stuck into the water as the bottom of the ship is beginning to fill with water. It's about 5 inches, 6 inches now, and it is slowly approaching the slightly raised area that you guys are on. You probably only have one more round before it reaches there.
Okay. So Shylvie is hurt?
Shylvie is currently unconscious and looks like a goo person, as opposed to the half-elven form that you are used to seeing them as. And Blippo is looking at you very concerned and saying, I'm trying my best, but it's really hard. I'm not familiar with these folks, and I'm not familiar with whatever the hell's going on. And he points to Shylvie's leg, and their leg is currently, like, all staticky. Like, it looks like it's attempting to fade away and, like, static away, which looks very unnatural, and, like, reality is kind of broken.
Okay. First thing I want to know, does he have a good like medicine stat skill or no?
You have no idea.
I know, like I basically should ask him, how good are you with like good treatments and stuff like that?
And he kind of like shrugs aggressively and says, I'm trying my best. I'm not trained, but
okay, I was like, you know how to patch up the ship?
Yeah, but... And he looks over to the, water. This chamber smells crazy right now, as a side note. Like, you can't tell what's going on. It's a little disorienting, but, the splash of the water as it comes in seems to be filling the chamber with a very awful strong scent that you have smelled before. In that,
Okay.
It is shifting constantly.
Oh god, not this stuff.
Yep.
I tell him.
Anyone immune to poison?
Sorry?
It's poison.
Is anyone here immune to poison?
No.
Would it
Nope.
matter?
I would hope.
Maybe. I'm resistant to draconic and radiant, but that's probably it. And demonic, not draconic. I'm resistant.
Necrotic.
There are different elementals for the homebrew.
I see.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
I tell him, get Shylvie try to get Shylvie above sea level. Try to get her on top of the deck. I'm gonna see if I can fix this.
Okay. He nods aggressively, but also indicates to the spreading staticky sort of look that her skin kind of has on the leg that... Sorry?
Chop the leg off.
I don't know. Anyways, I believe that is probably your turn. That was quite a bit of talking and everything. Unless you had a specific thing you think you might be able to get away with.
I was thinking about like I was thinking when I said while he's I'm trying to see if I can try to patch something up while I'm talking to him.
Would you like to make a medicine check to attempt to stabilize?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a DC 10. Go ahead and roll medicine.
DC 10?
Yeah,
Roll
oh,
it.
Fuck yeah,
oh,
14, maybe.
I'm
total.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
14 total.
I'm just double checking. Falling unconscious. Death saves. Control F medicine.
Oh wait, he's
yeah,
he's
DC
at
10. So,
14. Stabilize.
Shylvie is now stabilized as you tourniquet the leg, and sort of, you theory craft, potentially just stabbing the wound a little bit, and that does actually help, besides tourniqueting. As the blood that drips down seems to vibrate intensely, and sort of almost seems to be evaporating out of the wound. However, Shylvie's face appears to be, while still uncomfortable, no longer appears to be like her breathing has stabilized now, or their breathing has stabilized now.
Okay, I tell the guy. I basically get her back on top. I'm gonna see if I can do something with this on
Okay.
the next turn.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and say, whose turn is it next? That was,
It's Tim's.
it is Tim's turn, and Tim, he has disadvantage, but he's gonna fire down into that water at that blood spot with the ballista again. Oh, is it worse? Oh, it is! He cranks off the ballista into position, locks it in, tilts it up as high as he can, and fires off. And he may have knocked something loose earlier, as this ballista bolt chips the edge of the ship as he attempts to fire down, as he appeared to have aimed a little bit too far down. And the bolt spins wildly off into the sea and skips across the water a little bit, and he's like, ah, fucking shit. Yep. Next up at the top of the round is Deborah. Deborah, reaches into her pouch, and appears to have a bottle of some sort, and, runs down. Where is Deborah? Where is Deborah? Ooh, okay, so she might not be...
Would I be able to yell to her?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, but there's not really any... Yeah, I'd say there's enough room for her to be down there. She sees the unconscious but stable Shylvie, and it appears to have a clear glass red bottle with a sort of reddish liquid in it. And she looks around and is just like, okay, yeah, I think we do need this. And she is going to go ahead and use her action to feed the potion of healing to Shylvie. One sec. Okay, potion of healing to Shylvie. I'm trying to remember what the potion of healing does.
I think it's like 2d4.
I believe so too. Come on. I've only got the one, so hopefully this is all we need. 2d4 plus 2. I'm gonna roll that. Okay, Shylvie heals 6 points. I'm gonna write that in chat. And so when they come back... Okay. Shylvie shakes her head and appears to wake up. Her foot, though, still has that sort of staticky appearance to it, and the blood that leaks from the wound is still essentially evaporating. However, the magic of the potion appears to close up the wound ever so slightly, and the shimmering, while it does not fade, they look around at you all and realize that they are not currently in their half-elven form, and appear to be a little embarrassed. We'll deal with that situation in a minute. Who is next up? Zen. Zen, you are up.
So I would yell to Leon and be like, "This boat's probably done for. You should go get the other Sky Knights." And then I would yell to Tim to make sure that make sure that that rope is tight and try to get more attached to that thing before it goes under. And then I would try to help Siegfried up so that we don't have two down.
Okay, so shout order, and attempt to help Siegfried. So Siegfried, you'll just have advantage on your... Actually, you know what? I'll just say he's raging. Between the two of you, you're able to get him back on the ship.
Okay.
I'll just say we do it this turn, just for convenience. Okay, so y'all are up. Or at least Siegfried and Zen are currently above deck. There is a griffin on the deck, just looking around sort of awkwardly, kind of glancing up and over and around, sort of eyeing the blood in the water curiously. It licks its beak. But does wait patiently by the ballista right behind Tim. Okay,
Just
so...
see a fucking big ass griffin just on the boat.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we do with this?
It's like slightly tilted because the ship is slightly tilted forward. Okay, so, anyways, next up in turn order is Shylvie. It's a damn shame that they are not currently here.
Can Shylvie use what's it called? The Bard's cantrip that everyone uses?
Vicious Mockery?
Yes.
I mean, yes, but... Here, you know what? Well, I'm gonna delay Shylvie's turn till the end of the turn, just in case they come back. How's that sound? Does that seem appropriate, everybody?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I got a cut right here.
Okay.
So that's Sig's turn.
Yep. Okay. And so, next up, Shylvie was noted. She's gonna be next, after Tim. Siegfried, you are up. You are back on the ship, and you are rocking and rolling, my friend.
Right, so I'm gonna move as close as I can to the shark.
Sure, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Right,
You're on the edge of the ship.
Right, then I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Okay, this is a disadvantage because it is underwater.
It's fine.
Oh, but I think you're... Do you have advantage on...
That's
Strength.
No, I think that's with Reckless, so never mind.
Yeah, that's it with Rep.
Right. So
It's a disadvantage roll.
Rolled an 8.
8 total. Unfortunately, the javelin disappears beneath the sea, and you don't feel like it connected with its target.
Alright.
Next up, I believe, is Blippo.
Yep.
Blippo is going to... 5... he sees Shylvie get back up, and so he's going to nod at both of you, and he's going to run back up. He can get about there-ish, and I'll say he's going to attempt to fire off his crossbow at the... Where is my ruler? There we go. That's at mega disadvantage. I'd say he probably can't even pull it off. The shark is heavily obscured. Yeah, no, he misses. He fires off into the water and like into the cloud of blood, and you guys get you don't think it was anywhere near it. He seems frustrated. He seems frustrated and also panicked. Like, man, I was almost done sweeping the ship earlier. This is gonna be... Oh no.
Does he
Shut
have,
up, Bilbo.
Oh. He seems sad.
does he have something like a flare?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did tell you guys about this last time. He begins looking up and kind of waving his arms. He sees the griffin with you guys, and he's just like, and he keeps waving his arms anyways. I'm gonna say he's shouting out to the sky, "Help! Help!" Okay, and I will keep that roll in mind going forward. Okay. Alright, next up in the turn order after Blippo is the shark, who is going to attempt to make a strength check to pull away from the rope.
Fuck you, shark.
He does not have advantage, he does not have disadvantage. Okay, and I would say this is a competing roll. Okay, unfortunately, you guys all feel the ship get tugged and pulled, and everybody gets tugged to the side, and the ship too. And unfortunately, it does, you see the rope, go loose as it appears the ballista bolt that had been holding it in, is now floating freely.
Damn it, I need more ropes.
And you all, you see a cloud of blood slowly ascend, crackling and evaporating sideways, as I keep saying, in the water behind it. The blood that from the initial spot, if you all look at the map, at the close to the ship where the blood started pouring out, the blood is gone, which is strange. And that's all I'll say on that.
All right.
Anyways, next up in the turn order is
Leon.
Shylvie, Siegfried, Leon, you're up, my friend.
Okay, so I'm still underneath the water, and I'm guessing I'm in the water now
No?
because the boat's
did the-
sinking. And
Wait, did the next round start?
I'm
I'm gonna say at the start of next round.
start next round. What?
You're gonna be stepping in the water.
Okay. So basically, what's gonna happen is
Oh, Tim didn't go.
I'm pretty.
Sorry?
Tim didn't go yet.
Oh, Tim's after.
Yeah,
me.
Tim's after him.
Oh, okay. All right. My mistake. Yeah.
Yep, it's
That's
all
fine.
good.
So I'm guessing, like from what Leon can see, he's not gonna be able to fix the bottom of the ship, especially because it's not poison.
The cracks in the hull are mostly underwater now.
Yeah, there's no way I can fix this.
Yeah.
With the power of friendship.
I immediately- While I'm running up the stairs, I immediately scream, "Astros, get ready!" So basically, for him to come closer to the stairs, I can just jump on him and so I can just jump on him.
I believe that you can... Was it a bonus action? You can unsummon him and resummon him? Or is it a bonus action to
No,
unsummon him and a bonus action to summon him? You know what? It doesn't matter. He moves up and he's ready to go, and he picks you up.
He's not even off. No, I'm saying like him to move, like just like move himself, not even like resummon on the world.
Yeah, and I'm saying that he has enough movement speed to get up to you, and you meet him at the top.
Yeah, I basically get on him and basically tell the guys, try to be careful. I'm gonna try to get us some people to get out here to help us out. Try to find
As a side
something
note,
to
the ship is still moving. Not as quickly as it was before, but it is still moving. And you are only 2 miles out from port. You might be able to make it, you might not. You're not sure.
I said I have to take the risk because if this thing floods, it's all poisonous water from here. So I at least have to try.
Yep.
So I'm saying, so Leon's basically saying to everyone, this boat is gonna flood. Try to keep it afloat as best you guys can. Don't get poisoned. I'll try to be back as fast as I can.
Okay.
basically, I
And
try
you're
to
gonna
get
go
as
straight
far
up,
as
I
I can
assume?
in my. Yeah, as far as I can in the one turn I have left.
I will just put you up here. You get 80 feet up in the air. Or, well, it would be like 70 feet up, 50 feet up in the air because of how the movement works.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so you get 50 feet up in the air, and that's with the dash action, I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna really do anything else.
Yeah, exactly. So you are up in the air, or actually, you could use your action to call out for assistance as well from 20 feet up in the air if you'd like. Or from 10 feet up.
So I call out to the port.
There were, and you missed this detail earlier, but you all did see circling Sky Knights when you initially came out. You don't currently see them amongst the clouds. But you can call out if you'd like. But you know that they are doing patrols.
I basically just like, yeah, I try to call out and with the 20. I know I'm just using my action just to for further distance.
Go ahead and roll.
For dashing.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you get 50 feet up in the air.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get 50 feet up, and then
Okay.
while I'm starting.
You are very visible. I'll say that at least. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. Next up in the turn order is Tim. Tim kind of looks over at Siegfried and is just like, should I bother trying to fire off another one? I can't even see it anymore.
This is bullshit.
Siegfried, he's looking to you for advice.
No, don't even bother.
Alright. And he rights the ballista forward and locks it into place. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Sorry, I'm trying to... And, of course, it's stuck behind the... Man, it would be super cool if I could rotate things, but I guess I can't. Anyways. That's so dumb. Anyways, he writes the ballista. I'll just say he writes the ballista. Anywho. Atem. I'd say we could safely get out of initiative now. So, currently at the rate that the ship is taking on water, you guys will make it most of the way back to port. That said, as you folks are kind of making your way full speed ahead, or at least half speed ahead as you are taking on water, does anybody do anything to attempt to reduce the flooding?
Shylvie can use that water spell, like, to shape water.
One sec. I'm gonna look.
It's like a gallon at a time, so a gallon every 6 seconds. It was 5 gallons. Might be 5 gallons.
One sec. Does she have access to control water as a racial ability? I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
She does?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just say she uses that. Until the spell ends, you control any freestanding water in a cube up to 1,000 feet. Okay, so I'm going to say that she uses, and I'm just going to write this in the chat. Shylvie uses control water. And I'll say that the result is the same, if slightly worse. I will say that the damage to the ship will be the same either way. But, yeah. So she uses her water-oriented magic to prevent the ship from immediately flooding. Like, she, like, directs the water out of a porthole, and, like, puts some extra padding on. They have, like, rain boots or whatever that she slips on, and, like, she just gets to work doing that. And you guys are able to get most of the way into port when a Sky Knight descends down on a Pegasus. Leon, you would recognize this gentleman. This is... Let me get the name real quick. Sky Knight Gabriel and his Pegasus Galenti. This is Leon's direct superior, and essentially the Sky Knight that is in charge of him. that descends from the sky and sort of is flying and in pace with you and just staying above the deck of the ship and is shouting out, "How goes it? I saw a bit of a scuffle there, something in the water. I've sent a few of the other men out to go investigate, but it doesn't appear to be very hospitable, to say the least. Someone almost fell into the water around that area, and it appears to not be going super well." And if you guys look behind you, you can see two Sky Knights helping a fellow out of the sea, as he is unconscious and his mount is nowhere to be seen, most likely unsummoned from the effects of the water. Yeah, so... Sorry?
May I speak?
Oh, yes, of course.
I basically
by the way, this sort of a... he's an elven gentleman with long blonde hair beneath his helmet, in sort of basic scale mail.
So I basically just tell him that, Leon basically just says, the ship's sinking and the water's poisonous. Something in that shark right there was poisoning the water. We need to get these men off. We need to get these people off the ship.
Of course. Here, can you carry anybody as well? You probably have about, like, 45 minutes, or 40 minutes. Probably less, probably only 30, sorry. Because you had to fly out to them, and then you had to...
Yeah.
That whole battle happened.
I can say, I can probably get one person onto land before my time's up, but...
Honestly, probably two. Just because you're halfway to port anyways, you're only about a mile out.
Okay, I can make it. Okay. I can get two people off the ship.
Yeah, on your Griffin, double dashing you should be fine. And he's like, all right, and I'll take anybody else as well. And between all of you, Blippo and Tim stay behind to guide the ship back into port with some assistance from the Sky Knights. They actually get a tow line for the ship, and two of the Sky Knights are assisting to pull the ship into port. Leon, you know that this service is not free, and the owner of the ship will need to deal with it.
Yeah, I know.
Would we not made it without the tow line?
You would have made it, but the ship would have probably sunk unless Shylvie kept doing that all day.
I see.
Yeah. And if it's in port, they are able to bring it in for repairs at a nearby boat repair place, whatever you call those. Boatery.
So who's the captain of the ship again?
Currently Deborah. But the owner is Crasher Wave.
So I'm pretty sure I should probably talk to Crasher Wave about the fees for this thing.
Probably. Okay, so as you all pull into port, you all are on the docks. As you are you all staying and watching the ship get pulled in? Or are you leaving Tim and Blippo to deal with the fallout?
I need to go get Crasher Wave for this fallout.
Okay, are you gonna go bring him down to the docks, or are you just gonna let him know what's happening?
How much time do I have left on my Griffin?
Not much longer, probably only 10 minutes.
I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to his place in those 10 minutes with Griffin, and then probably just like jump before my Griffin just disappears.
Okay, I'd say you're pretty easily able to go head off to Crasher Wave and let him know what's going on. Let's go out to see what Siegfried and Zen are doing as well. Siegfried, Zen, what are you guys up to? You're at the port. Leon just indicated that he's gonna go tell Crasher Wave about what's going on. You, Siegfried, Zen, and Deborah are currently all kind of standing awkwardly as they watch the ship get towed into port. Deborah has been silent, but seems very distraught and is keeping her hand on her satchel, and sort of weighing it every so often with a despaired look on her face.
Okay, so I look at her and say, should we just leave? Should we just leave town? Should we just go now? Should we?
If you say this, Deborah just nods her head and starts to walk away.
Siegfried also nods his head yes and starts to walk away.
Excellent.
And it looks like
Everybody go ahead and make stealth checks for me.
I'm already gone. Fuck off.
Yes, Leon, you're fine. Everybody else make stealth checks.
God,
Deborah fucking ghosts. You guys don't even see her as she fades into the crowd.
Duh. All right.
Dude,
so I rolled
just
a
like
rolled the 16.
16 total. That's pretty good. Zen.
I didn't do so good. I got 7.
Okay, and then I have to roll
I've
this.
rolled so bad all day.
So 16. Perception would be... Yeah, okay, so Siegfried and Deborah are able to get away no problem. Zen, as you are about to fade off into the morning crowd of people... well, I guess there wouldn't be much of a crowd, so therein lies the issue. As you are going to follow Siegfried and Deborah, you notice that, oh, you don't see them anymore. Where'd they go? Oh, hey, hi, there's a Pegasus behind you. As Sky Knight Gabriel trots up to you and hops off of his mount and says, oh, hello, yes, where did the other two go? Anyways, we can talk about the... Are you the captain of the vessel?
No.
Is one of the people still aboard?
No.
Oh, alright. Was one of the people who left the captain?
No.
Uh-huh. Did you steal this vessel, kind
No.
sir?
No, we did not steal it. No, we did not steal
Okay.
it.
Go ahead and... You're not lying, but go ahead and roll persuasion for me to give me the impression that he's getting from you here.
I got a dirty 20.
Sweet. So he's like, alright, I understand. Just renting the ship or something along those lines?
Yeah.
I assume adventurers of some sort attempting to go solve whatever issue was plaguing us out there.
It's a giant shark. It's not normal for sure. It seems like it has chaos rot running through its veins.
Huh.
Um,
Chaos rot.
yeah.
I don't exactly...
We almost killed it, but its bitch made and ran.
Huh. If you injured it and it is... Chaos rot, you said? Is that deadly?
Yes. It...
The creature is most likely dead then, unless it was the origin of the substance.
No, the origin was most likely the blue scuttler, or at least origin came from the same place.
Yes, one of my fledgling knights did mention the blue scuttler as a potential source of biological contaminations. We were going to investigate, but then, the ship exploded.
It may have been the shark that... I saw the shark right after the explosion happened, so either the shark could have caused it, or the shark was in the boat, which doesn't make sense because it's as big as a boat. It's really strange. It probably destroyed the boat. It tried to destroy our boat, but we managed to fend it off, and then it ran away instead of staying on the line. That stupid fish.
Interesting. All right. Well, we did see a creature leaving, and we did see the trail of blood in the sea, so I'm inclined to believe your story here, especially since it aligns with what my fledgling knight had said earlier. Listen, I will waive the fees. Tell the captain when you see them that I will waive the fees for the towing, as I believe that you have given us a little bit of information to work with here, and I do appreciate that. Thank you for your assistance for what you did provide, especially if the creature is bleeding as much as it was, and if it is, in fact, not naturally immune to that substance. It knocked one of our Sky Knights out cold when they went to go investigate below the waves. It is bad stuff. I get the feeling the creature likely did not survive the descent.
That sucks.
At least that's my theory.
We have no proof of subjugation.
I saw the blood in the water and I saw the tussle.
Wait. What about the fin? What about the fin?
There was a fin floating in the water. I could have somebody who is naturally resistant to...
We could try to hook it up.
I do... You know what? That is a fair point, and I know how... I've been around long enough to know your types are very much inclined towards taking trophies of the sort. It's probably very poisonous right now, but I will have one of my folks retrieve it, and we will have to probably send it to the health conflux for research. And he says it with a little bit of apprehension in his voice, and like kind of rolling his eyes a bit. And I'm sure they'll figure something out with it, but after that point I will re-apprehend the material and pass it along. How's that sound?
I mean, if the conflux is willing to pay for it, I'd be willing to take gold in exchange for it instead of...
I'm gonna walk back and nod my head no.
In reference to what?
To him selling it.
Also, you're not low. You're not even here.
I'm back.
Siegfried...
You're not low.
That's my fin.
Siegfried, go ahead and roll d20 for me and tell me what you get.
The D20. I got an 18.
I was looking for 15 or higher. You did see, Zen, begin talking with the Sky Knight. Are you going to make yourself visible again to do this thing?
Yes.
Alright, you didn't quite hear the conversation, but you are now visible, to the Sky Knight. Ah, yes. You, large fellow, I did see you, hop onto the creature from a distance. That was quite impressive. You are the one, I assume, who hacked off the, dorsal fin.
Siegfried's gonna shake his head yes.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure you'd like your trophy. I will attempt to, deliver it. However, where will I be sending it exactly?
We have a contact at
The waves
the
crash.
conflux.
Sorry?
So, you can either... we have a contact at the conflux, so either or we have rooms at Crasher Waves.
Alright, I'll ask around.
Is Crusher Wave is me and Crusher Wave coming any closer to this? right
I
now,
apologize. So you notify Crasher Wave what? What do you tell him as you enter the bar?
Free though. It's free.
I basically say your ship has been damaged by some shark, and we need you out here to help deal with this whole mess.
He sees you come in, nods, kind of raises a mug towards you. You begin to explain. He slowly sets the mug down. I really should know better. Alright, okay, no, it's fine, Here, you, Hugo, you're manning the counter. Alright, I'll be back in 5.
God damn snitch.
He begins to make his way down to the docks with you.
The whole point of this is to help clear up any.
Alright, do we see him coming?
Actually, you finish your conversation while he is getting Crusher Wave. So Crusher Wave and him are on the way down. The ship is being towed in. Gabriel is flying off over the sea as these two Sky Knights help tow in the ship and deal with their slightly unconscious friend.
Alright, Siegfried's gonna leave again.
Siegfried leaves again. Where will you guys be going now? Actually, that's funny. Here, let me... Come on, fucking D20. Stay on the table. You guys just so happen to pass by Crasher Wave and Leon as you are making your way back to the waves crash.
Stealth. Would like to
Actually,
roll stealth.
Sure. Leon, roll perception. Leon, are you there?
Yeah, perception, yes sir. Just getting this my stuff. I got a total of 12, 15.
Nice. 15 total for you. Zen, what'd you get?
I got 7 again.
All right, and Crasher Wave also beat that, and Crasher Wave kind of motions
Siegfried's
toward.
gonna
Sorry.
Siegfried's gonna do that thing where he tries to cover his face with his hand.
Okay, Siegfried covers his face with his hand. You roll a stealth check as well, actually.
Oh, all right.
Anyways, they at least notice Zen, and after this, they may notice Siegfried.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
have to account for everything today, huh?
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, they notice you. As Crasher Wave makes his way over to you all and says, "Alright, so what's this about my ship being damaged?"
Well, it's actually not that bad.
Siegfried's gonna just keep on walking.
Siegfried keeps on walking.
Son of a bitch. I hate him. I say this all. I hate him.
Do I need to, Crasher Wave appears to be a little nervous. Am I gonna have to...
You don't have to pay any fees to the Sky Knights or anything. They said it's
To
free.
the Sky Knights? What happened?
The shark attacked the boat. We beat it, and it's probably dead. But the boat took on water. We could have handled it, but the water was poisonous.
Oh.
So, but the boat's fine. They have it in harbor.
That's just...
And like I said, we're not being charged for the Sky Knight towing it at the very end.
Alright. That's good at least.
Yeah. You can talk to Deb. She was acting captain for anything else.
Deborah? Alright. Where is she anyways?
I think she said something about heading back to the conflux or to the market, something like that. Something along those lines.
She'll be back for a drink eventually, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that miner is definitely an alcoholic.
She knows what she's doing. She's been responsible in the past, and I think it's a cultural thing. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar very much with Sigilgea. My show never ended up getting over there. Been an islander most of my life.
So about that wrestling gig.
Ah, yes. I did line up a match for tonight. Believe it or not.
Thank fucking God.
And with that, I'm gonna at Shylvie and see if she is gonna be, or if they are gonna be coming back anytime soon.
Shylvie died for her art. God fucking damn it. That stupid ass shark better be dead, or I'm gonna kill it.
Okay, so, anyways, yes, Wake indicates that and Zen now knows, and Leon knows, Leon, this is the first time you're hearing this, I believe,
Yeah.
that, oh yeah, the wrestling, yes, I do have it set up for tonight, if you are interested. You got plenty of time to sleep off your wounds if you need a quick rest before the show. You got a wrestling team name, I think you said before?
We're the Gorgons.
Gorgons, alright, sounds good. Do you have costumes?
What, is there a dress code?
You need a mask.
I see.
You can have spandex, but you at least need a... Spandex are optional, but you at least need a mask.
I should have something to do. I think I can. Can I at least, like, makeshift one?
I can point you to a guy if you need it.
Sure.
I mean, he's not the most above the board person, but when it comes to masks, he's number one. Just keep an eye on your purse while you're visiting.
Would I be able to, like, whittle one? Like, I do have, like...
That's kind of badass. You might get splinters if you get punched in the face, but yeah, I've seen it. I've seen people do that.
Alright, I'm gonna...
The Downtown Dryad!
I kind of butt in this, and I'm just like,
You do.
am I? Did you make? Who's doing this with you, Zen? It's just you.
No, it's me and Sig.
There's always open slots for more tag team. Was this going to be a tag team or individual entrance?
Whatever's more money. I'm really sad right now.
You have to split less if you go individual.
All right. Well, can we do both? Can we do tag team and singles?
I could set up a best of 3 for 2 rounds. Sure, why not?
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna go be sad now.
I gotta go talk to my guys about that, but first I want to head down to the port and talk to the Sky Knights about the situation with my ship, if you don't mind. Leon, honestly, I'm probably good if you say that if this gentleman here says that the fees are waived. I just want to make sure everything's above board. Thank you all for at least getting it back into port. I'll say that much.
Yeah, none of the water made it to deck, at least.
That's good. Might have to have someone go down into the, depending on how bad you said it was, might be in the wood.
A gas mask.
A what?
They will not be. You should air it out first for a while before
Alright.
in there.
Got it.
Poison water.
Understood. Alright, well, thank you very kindly for your, at least keeping me up to date. I figured something like this would happen, so honestly, this isn't the worst thing I was imagining that would happen to my Riptide dive.
We killed the shark, at least.
That is good, and I'm sure someone's gonna appreciate that.
My wallet doesn't. Goodbye. And then
of
I
course
turn
it
away
is.
and walk away.
And you do. Leon, will you walk away as well?
I'll probably just go join Crash a Wave and help out
Okay.
with but mostly because of my.
Leon, you assist Crasher Wave with just filling out a little bit of paperwork. You have to write a report on what happened.
Yeah, that's what
is
I'm
there
like,
anything
I'm
that
just
you do
writing.
not include? Otherwise, I just assume you include everything.
Anything relating to probably Shylvie being a glob person.
You're not gonna write that? As a
I
side
won't-
note, Zen and Siegfried did not see that, probably. I
Huh?
think once Shylvie regained consciousness, they probably turned back.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm
So
probably gonna
currently
leave
the
out
people who
every-
know are Leon and the turtle from the ship, and Deborah.
Yeah.
I do know that Shylvie can transform, though.
That is true.
I'm leaving out any part that has Shylvie that talks about Shylvie being
Okay.
transformed.
Do you mention the description of the shark as well? Do you guys remember how I described it, or the notable features?
Big ass
I
shark,
don't remember
yellow eye.
it mostly because I was probably gone at the time.
Sorry.
So he had
Probably gone at
glowing
the time.
yellow eyes, and then he had a metal mouth.
Yes, correct.
Oh yeah.
Covered in
Oh yeah. So
scars,
I'll
missing
I'll definitely describe that with it. I'll
Pin
describe it with
cushion.
it. Like
Say again.
I ain't even
They
that.
turned it into a pink
Perfect.
cushion.
So it probably has a lot of stuff in it. All right, cool, perfect. So you file your report, all that shit. Siegfried, Zen, you two begin practicing your wrestling moves. But that is not until tonight. So you guys still have quite a bit of time left.
Did are the other boats coming to port yet?
There are two
Wait,
ships currently in port.
No, I mean like the ones that weren't in port. Like, are they
Yeah,
coming?
I'm saying two ships were able to make it into port today.
Yes.
Do we get our money back from Crash or Wave?
We definitely don't.
It was a
No.
rental. And the rental was damaged. If
So,
you
I
guys,
mean-
I will be honest with you guys. If you were able to bring it back spotless, I was thinking about it, but you know,
it kind of got severely damaged.
yeah.
Everywhere.
Wasn't severe.
It
was
didn't
fine.
sink. I'll say
Okay,
that.
that's
So
the good
Crasher
part.
Wave doesn't, you
At
know,
least it
hate
didn't
you.
sink.
Fuck that
Um,
shark.
And
Yeah.
he's a pretty amicable guy.
All I'm saying is all he asked for is to bring it back.
You didn't say
Of
much.
course. Anyways,
Wait, I'm curious about something. Do I get paid for being a Sky Knight?
You get paid in
Curious.
experience.
You get paid in Griffin.
You get paid in the fact that you don't have to pay for maintaining your griffin and your equipment.
Griffins are expensive. They cost like 5 gold a day.
Keeping in mind this is a magical griffin that no longer needs food or drink.
That's bullshit.
Also,
It
training.
is a perk of being a Sky Knight, and again, why he's not getting paid.
It's kind of like I'm basically getting paid in what's
It's all benefits.
Exposure, basically exposure.
You're getting paid in
Sure.
exposure.
You're also still
Yeah.
a trainee, aren't you?
He's a
Yeah,
fledgling, yeah.
I'm not a trainee. I'm just like the lowest rank of the low.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're,
alright.
he is a Sky Knight, but he is a fledgling Sky Knight. He's not like a
So I'm
squire
gonna be-
or anything.
I'm not good in any sense of the word. I'm basically just
Yeah,
if
He-
something bad happens, I call the people over there.
exactly. Yeah,
If I really have to help, I will help.
yeah,
But I end up having to call them over because I can't really do much.
exactly.
Like
So,
you saw
yeah.
me during that fight. I missed 2 of the 3 shots I had fired.
Hey, you miss all the shots you don't take. Ha ha. Anyway, so yeah. Just as a quick pause in the session here, how is everybody feeling?
I can keep going for a while. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good.
Siegfried's good to keep going. Zen's good to keep going. Leon, how are you feeling? Leon.
Leon just dies.
Oh no, we lost Leon.
So what'd you say again?
I was just asking how you're feeling. Like, are you still good to go?
Oh, am I still good to go? Yeah, sure. Sorry, I just tend to space out every once in a while.
Yeah, it's all good. It happens.
I tend to space out a lot.
Excellent. I will be honest, I expected the ship thing to go on for a little bit longer, but you guys did not sink, which is great. So, I will...
Good thing we had a Sky Knight.
Yeah. Anyways.
So Ed, my question is,
What's up?
is the boat, you know what boat I'm talking about, is that boat in harbor right now?
I don't know, do you want to investigate?
Yes. That's all
Are you
going
going to tell anybody else about it?
I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out to Deborah and say they are currently what Leon considers friends, even though he
Uh-huh.
also hates Sig at the
What
same
about
time.
Siegfried, Leon, and Shylvie?
Shylvie isn't here right now, and Leon left to go handle things with
I'm still doing paperwork from all the damages.
He is down by the docks, though, so he's available. And you know he's down by the docks.
Yeah, so he'll probably just see us down there.
Yeah.
somewhere.
You know what? I shouldn't have even asked. I'm just going to say, for balancing reasons, you all are notified that Deborah eventually returns back in her lab attire. She meets you all up at the docks, and she indicates to you all, she gives you a come here motion and points towards one of the ships.
Shiny thing.
Yeah, and she kind of rubs her 2 fingers together. And it's been like about 20-30 minutes. And you all proceed to... She actually brings you guys back to the Coastline Health Complex.
Is the fin there yet?
There is, in fact, there are slabs of a giant fin on various trays that are being picked apart and examined by various scientists wearing heavy-duty gloves and these sort of arcane, sort of have these little stones floating around their faces.
Probably. That's mask.
Yeah. Or one of them has that, and he's doing most of the heavy lifting. The others are just handing things off to him and just generally trying to keep their... they have just cloths around their faces.
Can I
Okay,
get,
guys.
can I get my
And it
lab,
smells fucking crazy in here.
Can I get my lab coat back and my glasses?
And Deborah sees you go attempt to ask that, and she kind of squeezes your arm and looks at you and, like, shakes her head and puts her fingers to her lips. And points towards one of the tables where they're examining one of the fins at Zabek, who looks fucking determined. Actually, he's the one with the stone floating around his head and who is, like, looking very closely at, like, he's peeling back layers of the skin from the fin, and he's like examining each one and like laying them out onto a tray, and like putting them into little segments of water and like writing a million things down. Like his hands are going crazy with his quill. And he sees you all, and Deborah gives him a thumbs up, and he is beaming at when he sees you guys walk in. He steps back, kind of tells everybody, puts his hands up like, stop feeding me samples to the other scientists. There's like 3 or 4 scientists assisting him. And he runs over to you guys, takes the stone out, like grabs it out of the orbit and puts it in his pocket and says, "Oh my god, I can't believe you actually got a sample from a creature that was infected. This is amazing. This is astounding. Oh my gosh. So, okay, things are gonna be fine. Well, no, things aren't gonna be fine, but we're gonna be able to learn a lot from this sample. This creature absorbed so much of that material. It is very dangerous, but we are taking precautions," and he kind of taps his pocket that has the stone in it, "and we are being careful as need be. I need to thank you all. I have, Deborah, yes, sorry." And he, like, turns back around and, remembers that Deborah is part of the group with you guys right now, and he's like, "Deborah, yes, please, from my desk, the top, here." And he hands her a key, and she, nods and heads off to, his lab, where he was. They have, like, a makeshift sort of lab situation, like, with a bunch of, like, material down and, like, stuff, because the fin sample is so big that it doesn't really fit through the doorways very easily. So they're kind of just doing a makeshift lab there. And Deborah comes back holding 3 glass bottles with various colored liquids in them, and a small satchel, which she looks at. She shakes, and it does make the beautiful clinky clinky noise. And Zebek sort of looks over at her and says, "Was that just the one on the desk?" And Deborah kind of nods her head and sort of creases her eyebrows a little confused. And Zebek says, "Oh, you know what? Give me a moment, because you all have been... you all arriving appears to have both set in motion some difficult things, but you also appear to be helping a lot out. Deborah told me here that you all killed the creature."
That's what the Sky Knight said. The Sky Knight said that based on the damage and the fact that the thing sunk down to the bottom, it is most likely dead. The Sky Knight, I mean, it's dead.
We'll eventually need to deal with that, but for now, hopefully it'll just naturally rot away. The magical nature of this area is most concentrated in the sediment of the region. Obviously, on this half of the island, it's not as powerful, but things that sink down into it and decay tend to get absorbed in a more magical sense of the word, rather than a typical biological sense. This could be a good thing, in that it can break down much more difficult things to break down, say metal, or in this case, a terrible, virulent, chaos-oriented disease, or, it could add it into a natural aspect of the local ecosystem, in which case we're gonna deal with that as it comes. I am hoping that it is the former rather than the latter. Alright, yes, and he dashes off back to his lab, and you hear a glass shatter, and he said, swears in Dwarvish.
Can I ask one of the something?
Sorry?
Can I ask one of the researchers something?
Sure. While Zebek is out, you go over to one of the researchers who's writing down notes. A half-elven gentleman, sort of tannish skin.
And I ask him, hey, if the material, the skin of this beast is decontaminated, do you think that magical properties would allow it to make fairly decent armor?
Oh man, shark scales. If I was gonna guess, I'd say it could be kind of good, but it's not gonna be better than like leather. If I was gonna guess, I'm not really trained in this, but just based on what I know about sharks, and this is, and he kind of points to the skin, and it indicates the size of the scales, and he's just like, this thing was like a pretty serious creature. I think it wouldn't. It's too contaminated. Honestly, the fact that like you're standing so close to me is making me nervous right now because I still have shark juice on me.
Strong.
But yeah, like it's you're not gonna want this stuff. Trust me.
Yeah.
But we definitely want it. And as he says that, Zebek trounces back in with a slightly larger satchel that is making the clinky clinky noise. And he says, all right, so you all brought this issue to the forefront. You appear to have gotten the Sky Knight's attention about it with your slaying of this creature, which we sure as hell wouldn't have been able to get their attention to any good degree. The fact that they gave up the fin to us so quickly indicates that I get the feeling having your Sky Knight friend along with you definitely helped. You all have been ridiculously helpful. And I'm going to type in chat how much gold you all just received.
Wait, separately or
together, and it's going to distribute amongst all players, except for the fact that Deborah might ask for some.
Well, Deborah put in the most after me.
This is true.
I read it now.
He is giving you 1,000 gold, for your contributions, as well as 1 potion of healing, 1 potion of water breathing.
So, right now, I looked it up right now. So shark scales are actually very good for body armor. Like
in real life?
Yes.
Versus what? Metal? So that's the only thing, my friend.
So effective that a new MIT study says they're strong enough. They're strong enough for the holy grail of body armor, a flexible vest on the battlefield.
This is not a real thing. That is somebody's research paper that they wrote to get attention to their research paper.
He said it's too poisonous to wear, so
yes,
don't
and
wear.
It is also tainted, and also
True.
I would have, if I was to call it something, I would call it studded leather armor without the studs. Do you know what I mean? Like it would just be slightly improved leather armor.
Okay.
And the skin itself is not magical. It appears.
There a third potion?
Sorry?
Wasn't there a third potion?
I was interrupted, so I wasn't paying attention. I apologize. Let me. I don't want to open it in this one. I want to open it in another one so everybody can't see what I'm doing because I'm being silly. This last one that I have, I'm just gonna choose randomly one that's appropriate for what they might have. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna say this last one is and he would say this one's my favorite, potion of animal friendship. Those are some thematically appropriate potions. So
right now.
Everybody distribute the potions as you see fit. Deborah will say, if you guys give me 300 golds, you can keep the potions, or we could divide it evenly and I will take the potion of healing. It's your call. I put you all at quite a bit of risk having us go out there like this.
I'd prefer the.
I say take
water breathing.
my
Sorry, you can go.
I have a good solution for this. She can take your 300, take it from my portion, and I want the animal handling of animal friendship potion.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm not interested in the animal handling potion. You could take that.
Like I'm saying, I'm saying so I get the animal friendship potion.
Yeah.
She can take my 300 potion, so you guys can have the other rest of the potions too.
Okay. Sounds good with me. I think that Sig should get the potion of healing.
Sure.
Who?
Sure.
I know one of us can breathe in water.
That's Shylvie, so I kind of want the water breathing one.
Okay, so I'll write this in chat. Zen equals water breathing.
Yep.
And don't forget to write this down under your equipment.
Yeah, I'll write it down now.
And then, how many party members do we have, guys? We have Shylvie, Zen,
We're 4.
Siegfried.
Shylvie didn't fight though.
Sorry?
Didn't fight at all. Shylvie didn't fight at all.
She's still part of the party. And
That is true.
Shylvie died. That's what Shylvie did. Shylvie went downstairs and died.
Shylvie found out the water was poisonous.
We would have smelled it though.
That's true.
But that would be after the water that was
Well, I'm not saying we give Shylvie nothing. I'm
Ahem.
not saying we give Shylvie nothing, but
Give me a minute. I will help with math in a sec.
So if we give it to each,
Right.
if we
So
give,
subtracting the 300 that Deborah's taking,
Yeah, that's
divided by
700 gold.
right. So then we
Wait.
divide by 3. I got 233.3
Wait, what?
if
gold.
we subtract the 300 from her,
Everybody
then
grab-
divide that.
Okay, so everybody grab 175 for now.
Right.
So that's 1,000 minus 300 minus how much?
That is
175.
just straight. We're just dividing it evenly for now, for the sake of ease.
That'd be 200. That'd be 200 per person. I'm saying have her take my portion of the money, so all of you guys will get the 200. I will
you
get
don't want any of
100.
the money? I mean, if you don't want none of the money, you can have some of the money.
No, here's what I'm saying. If we divide it 5 ways, everyone gets 200. If,
Deborah wants more.
I'm saying, yeah, no. Here's
So
what
he's
I'm saying.
saying
She
okay.
takes 100 from my portion.
Okay. I see what
and
you're saying.
I get the animal handling. Like I get first pick. That's what that means.
Okay.
Basically, I give away my 100 and I
Yeah.
get first pick for the potions.
I still think Shylvie should get less though. Like I don't think Shylvie should get a full 200. Like I'm cool with like if Shylvie gets like 50 and then we spread the other 50 among us because even if we like we didn't do nothing.
I hear you.
No, we need to pay. Well, actually, what we should do is we should use that portion to pay Blippo and Tim. We should use that 50 from Shylvie to pay them.
Okay, so we'll say sure.
Wait, so that would mean
I
should
still
we get
don't like
150?
it because the player's not currently present, but also the player's not currently present. We can discuss details of it later when they are, I guess.
Okay.
To be fair, just because they weren't there for the fight doesn't mean they weren't there for the event. Do you know what I mean?
But they weren't.
Leading us to this point
Shylvie-
has
so-
been very beneficial from Shylvie.
So
Shylvie
Shylvie
have to
was helping last session while Leon wasn't here. That's the thing.
I mean, that
Yeah,
is.
I'm saying.
Well, that's why I didn't say give him nothing. I said just use that part to pay the
That's
other.
why I said I'm only 100. I'm okay. You guys, I'm only getting 100. Everyone just get everything else. Okay. I'm only getting 100. Does that sound good?
Well, no, that's fine, but we still need to pay the other guys.
Oh, Deborah's paying for them.
Nope.
Deborah.
She
No.
actually
Deborah-
yes. We don't need to pay them. Deborah paid them.
No? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Deborah said she'd pay them. That's part of why she's taken the 300.
Okay, well then, whatever. But it's up to we'll wait till Shylvie gets there, but it's up to you guys. I don't care anymore. Let's just move on. We've used up a lot of time on this.
Yep. What am I missing? Leon.
Leon took the animal and the 100 gold.
Also, did we
Yeah.
get any experience for that?
How's my
Or
mouth?
is it,
Oh yeah, you're all level 2.
Oh wait, what? And I just oh yeah, you're level 2 now. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, shit. It'd be a lot more difficult than I thought trying to get to level 2 because I have to level up myself and also my griffin, so this is gonna be
It's not that complicated actually. Your Griffin's stat block doesn't change very much.
because doesn't it evolve? Wait, here's what's happening. I'm trying to get level 2 gunslinger. I'm trying to get level 1 gunslinger. That's the whole fiasco. What's happening?
Gunslinger? Oh god, yeah, that's right.
I'm looking up right now. If I can't get it right now, I'll just get another point and fucking.
We'll deal with leveling next session. Actually, you know what? Do you guys mind if we do you mind if we call it here, because I have a lot of maintenance stuff I have to do and we have to discuss the gold and everything, and like I feel like we're already getting caught up in the semantics of everything, so I think ending now might be a good idea.
But
Fine.
the wrestling.
We can start with wrestling. How's that sound?
We can start with wrestling. Okay, I'm good with ending it here.
I think that is an exciting way to start next session. How's that sound?
That's fine.
And everybody's gonna have their level 2 shit, so we'll have a little bit more to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do some math real quick.
I'm gonna head out for tonight, guys.
Yes. Have a beautiful night. Everybody have a beautiful night. For those watching,
I was gonna start doing.
have a beautiful night.
This session.
All right. I think we can all say goodnight now, right, everybody?
Yep. Good night.
All right, good night.
Have fun all the way.